All right, we are in Module 1, Understanding Where It Comes From. Lesson 1, The Messages We Inherit. Dysmorphia doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It's often the result of years of messages that taught your brain to watch, judge, and mistrust your own reflection. Today's lesson is about gently tracing where some of those messages may have come from. Not to stay stuck there, but to finally say, oh, this didn't start with me. Because once you see where your story began, you can begin to write a new one. You're safe to explore this. You are safe to remember and release. And also remember, you're not defined by the messages that you inherited. Later in this lesson, we're going to do a My Body Story timeline. And I want you to just let everything show up slowly and pause if you need to. You don't need to try to hurry and get all of the perfect answers. And as we start doing some journal prompts in this next slide, you don't need to have the right answers. Don't feel like you need to do all of them at once. If this is kind of heavy and this can be kind of difficult, and maybe some of these don't come up right away. Maybe throughout this week, you're going to start noticing little things or remembering things. Write them down. Take your time with this because this is very, very important. But by the end of this activity, I hope you feel a little bit lighter. Not because it changes anything from the past, but because you're no longer carrying the weight of believing it was all your fault and that those voices aren't your own. You deserve love before anyone's ever commented on your body, and you still do. And I think the biggest thing that I want you to think about as we dive into this is that you didn't just one day have body dysmorphia. One, it is genetic, so that's a lot of fun. And two, it is very environmental. So if you grew up in a household where calorie counting was a big thing, food restriction, or binging, or even your sports that you grew up in. So you can have both genetic and environmental, or one or the other. It's great. It can happen both ways. The biggest eye-opening moment for me was to realize, oh my God, like the only reason I was ever self-conscious about my body was because I thought it had to look a certain way to other people. Once I realized I get to decide what my body's gonna, like what I think about my body, like I get to choose. I don't have to worry about what other people think because if I'm okay with it, that's all that matters, right? And yeah, you in sports, you need to be a certain way or do a certain thing for certain situations, but I think that when you're trying to release that and let go of that, that can be really, really difficult. So we are going to learn and understand how to be able to be okay with our bodies on our own terms. All right, unraveling the past, reflection prompts. So this exercise invites you to gently revisit the key moments that shape the way you see and feel about your body. Sometimes it doesn't appear overnight. It's stitched together from years of comments, comparison, and quiet moments that left an imprint on how safe or loved you felt in your own skin. This next worksheet is to help you trace those threads without judgment, simply to notice and understand. By mapping out these memories and reflecting on your younger self, you're not reopening old wounds. You're offering yourself compassion and beginning to rewrite the story that you carry about your body. So here is Unraveling the Past, our reflection journal prompts. So I'm going to read you each question. Feel free to pause after each question so you can spend some time writing it. Don't think too hardly on these. Listen to that first initial gut reaction that you get. And the first, even if it's just one word that pops into your head, write it down. Maybe you get a little stuck. Again, as I said, throughout the week, these might pop up slowly too. They might not all come out at once. So take your time with it, even if it's just a word. They don't need to be perfect. They're not getting graded. This is for you, okay? So don't put any pressure on yourself. Number 1, when did you first feel discomfort with your body? Take some time to journal on that, and I'll be here when you're ready. Number 2, were there specific events or words that acted as triggers? Number 3, did your body image shift during life transitions like puberty, relationships, or any big changes? Number 4, who or what influenced how you see your body? Was it family, media, friends, partners? Number 5, what stories do you tell yourself about your body? And where did those stories start? And number 6, if you could speak to your younger self, the one who first felt this pain, what would you say to comfort her? So take some time to answer those and then move on to the next activity. All right, so this is a My Body Story timeline worksheet. So this timeline is to mark events, comments, or transitions that impacted your body image. So we've got 4 columns here, and I'll go through my specific examples that I gave. You can have as many or as little as you want. I think the more, the better, and again, the more that pop up, you can write them down. So there's 4 columns that you will build. Age or life stage, what happened, how it made me feel, and the belief that I carried from it. So for my specific examples, my age or life stage, I remember being 16. I was cheering at a local competitive gym. What happened? What happened in this specific scenario is that I overheard another cheerleading talking about how I was too big to be in the air and flying. This really caused a lot of pain for me because I was very self-conscious about it. How it made me feel, I was broken and deeply hurt. This wasn't something that was new to me, and I was the taller, overall bigger compared to the other flyers. So it just kind of gutted me and reaffirmed that what I was feeling was true. What belief that I carried from it. Because my body was a different size than the others, I will be judged. I am not as good of a cheerleader because I have curves, unlike my teammates. No one wants to look at me, and I don't deserve to be looked at. It's crazy how we can create those narratives, but I understand completely on how we do, because that's genuinely how it feels. So take some time completing this, create a couple different examples that you have, and let me know when you're finished, and we will move on to our very last challenge. All right, so this is your challenge for this week. Great job getting through lesson 1. I know it can be kind of heavy, but you're doing so good. Or just ripping the band-aid off early. So your challenge this week is to write a letter to your younger self. Close your eyes and think about a younger version of yourself. If there's a specific age that comes to mind, stay with her and write a letter to her. If no age comes to mind, start with your 6-year-old self and talk to her. If you choose to, write a letter to each of the ages you feel needs to be spoken to and nurtured the most. I've written like 5 so far. It's like 5 different ages, and it's been really, really awesome to see the differences. Think of the specific ones who embarked on this intricate journey of your body perception. What words of comfort, understanding, and love would you share? As we delve into the past, remember this is a journey of healing, not blame. It's about reclaiming your narrative and fostering a deep sense of self-compassion. Your journey is uniquely yours, and every moment of reflection is a victory. Share whatever you feel comfortable with. We are a supportive community here for each other. This isn't always easy, but it's worth it, and I'm so unbelievably proud of you. Please email me or message me if you need anything at all. Here's a few guiding sentences that you can start with. I see you. I know you felt. You deserve safety and kindness when. Today, I want you to know. You don't have to use all of those, just pick a couple or use them all. If you're feeling inspired, the more the better, and the more you get to reach out and let words flow, the easier it will be. But don't be hard on yourself if a lot doesn't come to mind right at first. But you've got this, good luck, and I will see you in the next lesson.